Morning, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So today is another Tuesday, so it was Tuesday Treasures. I've changed it to Take and Create because it's there free for you to take and create, so that's what we've renamed it. So this is a file folder, there's a pocket, there's this you can do anything with, have a side tuck, a belly band, and there's a tag. And it's part it's to go with the grungy numbers, so as you can see. And there is something similar in the kit, but it's a taller one, and it's just got a tag. Slightly different because it's using that, but it is that paper. And if you have the grungy numbers, it will go with any of these. So with the magic of editing, I'm going to go away and I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so I've cut them out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line there. There is a fine white line there for your score line, and I'm using a scoreboard. And I'm just lining that up. And just matching it up. I'm doing it the wrong way first, and then okay, so we've got our tag there. Now you can do that on that side, or you can do it on that side, or if you want your flap to open up if you're going to stick it in your journal, but I prefer to do it that way. And we've got our pocket there for our tag. Or you can have this inside, and obviously this is stark white, so you can print something, a coffee, coffee digital paper on that side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some inking and stamping on this side. I think what we might have that. I'm thinking of putting another tag in as well. This is actually a belly band, so you can have that on the front, and it would look quite nice on the front with your tag that you've got, or a new kind of tag. It's entirely up to you. So what I want to do first is we want to do some inking. Now I've been away for a couple of days, so I've not used this, so it might have dried in a bit. And what I've got is some rusty hinge. And we'll do some rusty hinge, I think. This is a silicone mat that I've got on my desk, so it's not going to ruin anything. put that over there, and then I've got some crackling campfire, but this isn't, the rusty hinge was oxide, this isn't, so I'm just going to use this one. And this is a mixture of a bit of everything, so as you can see, and I'm going straight across rather than circles, because otherwise I'll get circles, although it doesn't matter. But you get those little bits. And now we're starting to get the crackling campfire coming through. It's used all the, I think it was ground espresso that was on it, which is fine. And then I think we'll go for a bit of walnut stain around the edges. And we'll do it in the middle as well. And we'll rub a bit on this. And there we are. And I will ink around the edges, but while that's on there, I'm going to keep it, and I'm just going to spray a bit of water and dip dye this in. And just pick that up a bit. I think that's, we might put a little bit of crackling campfire in there. It's a bit deeper orange. And there we are. Alright, so it's wrinkled a bit, but that's fine. It happens. But there we've got, and it looks good. I'm going to do some crackling campfire around the edge, I think. I might change it. I might put a bit of ground espresso around the edge as well, so just to give it a little bit of dark tone, or I might use ground espresso for stamping on it. And there we are. So there, that looks just as good. So you can match your colours up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use ground espresso to ink round the edges. Shove that one back up there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my number stamps out. Now I've got some these ones, and what I want is I want a number on there, so we'll have 7, 4, 3 and 2, so we'll put 27, oops, 3, now we'll have the 4 there, and that, oh, we can fit another one. What's this one? We'll have 1. Okay, now these I got from Temu, so they weren't expensive, they were quite cheap, and I got the letters as well, but they're just capital letters, so I'm going to have that way, so it's going to go that way, so and we'll put that, and there we are. And I think what I might do is I might put it on this side as well. You won't be able to see it as well as you can on the other side, but it's not bad. But what I want to do is I want to put some numbers on here. And the one thing, you can't put them the wrong way because they only fit the right way, which is good. And put them in there for now. Two seconds. Okay, that was just my husband wanted me for a minute. Okay, so I've got a script stamp. It's illegible, but I'm just and we'll just put that right across there, and that'll do. And then what I've got now, I'm not sure if I'm going to put this one on the front or the inside. I think I'll put this one on the inside, so I think we'll keep that one. So I think what we might do is we might put some bits of book page on here. Now what I want to do is I've got some book page here now. It's just encyclopedia paper, so I'm just ripping it into pieces. Like that, and I'm using a glue stick, and I am just putting the glue stick on, not fully, but just in bits. Some of it's upside down, it doesn't matter. that on there, I think. Put that in there, and we'll do one at the top. There. Now what I'm doing is I'm leaving that to dry. Just, you can see it's loose, and then we leave that, and then we rip them off, and it just gives little bits of ripped book page. It's an old effect. Now this one looks nice, but what I have got is I've got some of these. Now this is when I worked for Do Crafts. This was alphabet thicker stickers, and it's Mr. Smith's workshop, but there's some numbers here. And I've got this one. This is the time capsule metallic capsule elements, and there's some numbers there. So what I want to do is, because I'm putting this one on the top, I want to use some of these they're stickers, but I'll stick them down with glue because I've had these for a lot of years and I don't trust the sticky bits on them anymore. And we'll have number 3. Oh, dearie me. And it's chipboard. That looks quite nice. And we'll have a number 5. So I'm just popping them out. So should we have 3, 5, 1? So I'm just going to pull the sticky bits off them and stick some glue on them. I'm using art glitter glue. Right, again I've not used this, so it'll have formed a so we'll have 3, 5, 1. So we'll stick this one down first. This one's going to go in a pocket, so I don't want it too. And it is chipboard, so it's it does come off the page. And this is another way of using your stickers, and I mean, I've got loads of you know, the gold, or what did they call them, the ones that said happy birthday and things like that. I give a lot of them away to my somebody that just still does card crafting, and my grandkids, but I've still got quite a few left, so we will be using some of those throughout these sessions. Okay, and you can see that's not just, I quite like that. So that's that. So we'll put that to one side. We'll take this and we'll put this on. That's what was. I think what happens with these is when you've got like the little pin in, if you don't use it, the glue around the pin hardens, so when you take the pin out you've got like a sleeve of hardened glue, and it stops it coming out. And the pocket's done so there's like a little border. Anybody that knows me knows I like my little borders. And that'll go, and I don't want to put it in yet, but that'll sit in there. I've also got some, what have I done with it? Now, it was my birthday yesterday and my daughter brought my presents, and she always wraps them in fancy tissue paper, but she doesn't put any sellotape on because she knows that I like to keep it, and it was copper, and I thought it would be nice to put a little bit on there. So just give me 2 seconds while I go and find it. Right, sorry about that. I've just realised I wasn't recording when I was putting all these on. I thought I'd hit the record and I hadn't. So what we've done is I think you were with me when I put this on, but since then I've put some more labels on here. I'm just going to stick this down. And I've put a hole in there. I've not put a grommet in because I'm going to stitch around it. And I'm just checking that all these are sticking down. I've put a ticket on there, ticket there, ticket there. We've put the belly band in there because that will house that. Because I think we're going to put this one at the front. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around all around here. So this will be stitched in. That's just got a thin line of glue. And then I think what we might do is we might put some, either I might put a pocket in here. I'm going to do some stamping. And I might put a couple of bits of coffee dyed paper in there, just to write on. I'm swithering because I've got another one of these coming up that has a bit of a spine, to actually put some coffee dyed paper. So I will see you in a bit. So that's me back. So I've stitched it all. I did a straight stitch along the bottom because obviously I didn't want to take too much of the pocket up, and it stitched the belly band in. I stuck the one back on. I just did a zigzag stitch round, and I did a straight stitch round this one. Now I did put the grommet in. I did put a little bit of it's just a bit of ripped off material, so that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to put the grommet back in now. Grommet. Okay, so I've decided to put the antique brass in, and these have got rings, so I find it easier to do it this way. So put it on the peg. It would help if I did put it on the peg and then just squish it down, and that way you've got a nice finish there. Now because that's going in the belly band, I'm not going to put a thread through there like I did with that one. But what I did do to keep this closed, I used some of the thread and put it on a paper clip, and you can just close it like that, and they look quite nice in your journals as well. So we will do one of them. But what I want to do is I want to do some decorating on this, and I'm going to use I'm just going to go with the smoky grey for this. It's not black, it's quite nice, but again the script stamp, so just rock it on and that's probably upside down, but it doesn't, you can't really see, it's not Can't really make it out. And it doesn't matter if it goes upside down a little bit. And we'll put some that way, and it just grunges it up a little bit. And what I am going to do is I'm going to get some numbers now. I'm just going to see if and these are what I did when I did the labels. I just did the whole lot and put the thing on. It's a lot easier. So we'll have that one, that one. Let's stick that. Okay. And we'll have number 17. And we'll have that one, and we'll just do some random stamping. Oh, 15's the wrong way. It doesn't matter. And then we'll put them back, and we'll get some different ones. So we'll use that one, and this one. And what I'll do is I'll change the I'll do seal brown. I'll change it up a little bit. And it doesn't matter if they don't stamp properly. It really doesn't matter. I'm just moving these up. One that way, and we'll put that one that way, and we'll get some secondary stamping, and we'll put these back. And we'll just do some single ones. And there we are. And we'll have that in there like that. We'll have that. I think we might do a little bit of, I did do some numbers on that one, and I did some stars, so we'll do some and we might put a little bit on here because you can dress these up as well. It doesn't have to, you don't have to keep it like this. It just all adds to it. Small paper clips, and that's the bit that goes on the paper, so it's this that you need to use. And all I do is I just put it through. And then put that through your loop. This one's a bit thready, it frays quite easily. And then I'll just trim it up. And as you can see there, when I cut those bits off, I shoved a bit on there and just stamped a number on it. If you don't want this, you know, if you've, this is kind of a slippy material, if you wanted, you could put like a little bit of glue in before you pull it tight. And then you can just put that on like that, or put it underneath, whichever. But they look quite nice, and they look nice in your journals as well. And I was going to do some other labels and bits and pieces on there, so we'll do that. But I'm just going to use these little small, well, smallish, and I think we'll take this one out of here first. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one up here, and I'm just going to put it under the stitching, because I've just seen these little scruffy looking bits. Have that one there. One there, we've got a little tiny one. Some of them didn't stamp. Some when I stamped the whole sheet of stamps, they went a little. I moved the stamp sheet and it just went a little bit blurry, so it doesn't really matter. What else have we got? We're gonna have some down here. This here. And we'll go with this one. It's another blurry one. I was going to turn it over and just stamp on the other side, but I decided to keep them and cut them out. Waste not, want not. What's this one? Be brave. We'll have this. This isn't a number stamp, it's just a saying. Not a number label, it's a wordy label. And should we have that one under there? Lift it up quick. Yep. And we'll stick a bit of glue off first, because I'm going to do like a little collage that just go over. They don't fit in the belly band, they just sort of like go outside of it, because it just makes it look interesting. So we'll put that one on. Oh, crikey, I'm trying to pick that one up, silly me. I'm going to trim this. That's going to go there, so I want it. The last thing you want to do is stick your belly band down to your and this one I'm going to cut in half. Cut the bottom off. So we're kind of doing label clusters with our grungy numbers. I'm going to stick that one there, and we've got another one here that we'll put. No, I think we'll have them just over on this side, I think. Again, I'm just only half doing it. Rather than cut round that, I'll just ink around it. And yep. We'll have that there, and we'll have another one. Oops. Quite like the look of that. And then when you put your, whoops, when you put your label, your tag in, it just looks quite nice. And I think we might have a little cluster up here as well. So we'll have this one hanging off there. We'll put that one right to the very edge, and we'll cut around this to square with its corners cut out. But it's not, it's a rectangle. When I was cutting them out, I just cut them out in squares, so I think we'll have that one there, so we'll not glue this bit. Just make sure that there's no I think we'll do this one, but we will. And we have that one there, so that another one at this side. I think this is just going to fit over a little bit on this, so I'm not doing the very edge. Got a little bit of ink seepage there, never mind. And we'll put that one on. And I've just seen a little round one, so I want a little round one. And again, I'm not cutting round it. Put that one up there. So if you think your glue gone over a little bit, you can put a little bit of plastic or something under until it's and so we've got that in there. That looks actually quite nice. I'm just going to have a look, see what it looks like with that in. I know it's got that's why I wasn't putting anything on that one, but I quite like that. Quite like that, I do. And then we'll put this one in here. And there we are, we can have a little label or something on this one. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little pocket out of this. And what I am going to do is I'm going to make that the tab, and I'll put that one on the back just to secure it. It doesn't, it's a circle, but that's fine. And do we want that? And we'll use this bit that we lift this up. And then we want something to go in there. I do have some, these are too big. Got some little tags. So we've got a little number one there. And a little number one there, and we'll put them in there, so that's a nice little surprise when you get it out. And then put our little bit there, we'll shove that up there. The sun's starting to come in the window. And we'll just have a recap on what we've done once I've cleared this. And put my pin in my glue. Right. stops the sun coming in. So we've got our pin, we've got a little tag that we made separate, and that, so those we made separate. This is part of the kit, but we added the labels on and we put the belly band in. So looks really good. I'm really pleased with that, and if you wanted you could put another tag in there. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at this and see what it'll look like on a page. And this would be a way of fitting the page, fitting this into your journal as well, because it would just like that. And there you've got it, or you can pin it at the top and it keeps it all together. So I hope you get something out of that. Again, it's called Take and Create. It was our Tuesday treasures, still on a Tuesday, but you'll see it advertised on my YouTube channel. Also, I do put freebies on my Facebook group, which is Junk Journals at JT Creations. And the at is not the word at, it's the at sign. So if you just look up that, and you'll see some other bits and pieces. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.